Hey everyone, my name is Nick Apicella. I am the founder, owner, and sole employee of ResoNix Sound Solutions. ResoNix was founded back in 2019 while still operating my high-end car audio shop, Apicella Auto Sound, with the sole purpose of being able to provide myself as well as my clients with the very best automotive sound treatment products possible. Today, ResoNix is arguably the most complete lineup, and each product offers the best performance as well as the best value in their own individual categories. So, what are we doing here? I'm definitely pretty excited about this video. This is going to be the first video filmed in my new shop. This weekend, I am going to be doing a sound treatment installation in this brand new 2023 Porsche GT3 Touring. So, why are we doing sound treatment in a Porsche GT3? A car that's meant to be a race car and is a purist car and comes without most sound deadening from the factory is pretty simple. It's for the sake of noise reduction. And like I said, I know the car is meant to be what it is, but the owner of this vehicle, he wants to lower the overall noise floor of it. And frankly, I kind of agree with him after driving it. The level of vibration, resonance, tire noise, and just overall noise inside of the vehicle is kind of ridiculous. Driving it for more than 10 minutes at a time proves to be a little bit of a chore and doesn't get old. Nothing about driving this car gets old, but the level of noise definitely gets to you. And doing sound treatment in this car, lowering the overall noise floor, reducing that tire noise, reducing the rattles and resonance that you hear is definitely gonna make driving this car that much more pleasant. So, how do we reduce noise in the cabin of this vehicle? We're gonna be focusing on 3 areas in particular. First, the doors. In the doors, we're gonna be reducing resonance with the application of CLD, reducing wind noise from entering through the doors with the application of a sound absorber, and also using a decoupling material to prevent the door panel from rattling against the inner door skin, which is actually something that's pretty audible in this car. We're also gonna be focusing on the back seat, or where the back seats would be, and like the rear parcel shelf area. I'm noticing there is a lot of resonance that's being generated by the panels underneath the carpet. Just my experience with 911s in general, this is a pretty noisy area. Treating those floors as well as the C-pillars with a constrained layer damper to reduce resonance and a sound absorber in those areas is gonna be very effective. And the last area, we're gonna be treating around all 4 tires. We're gonna be taking the wheels off and removing the wheel liners and treating the backside of the wheel liners to help block as well as absorb noise that's being generated by the tires itself. While this car might not be running something like the Cup 2s, the OEM tires are still pretty loud and they still kick up a lot of gravel and rocks. It creates a lot of pinging and just a lot of road noise that is a little unnecessary, and even with minimal effort is gonna be very effective. Most people, including professionals, unfortunately think that sound treatment is just as simple as utilizing a constrained layer damper sound deadener and peeling and sticking it to various panels in a car. Contrary to popular belief, this is not really the case. That only treats one aspect of noise in a vehicle and is only step 1. And believe it or not, in modern vehicles, this isn't even the most effective step for reducing noise in the cabin of a vehicle. Constrained layer dampers are meant to reduce structure-borne resonance in the panels that they are adhered to. They do not block or absorb outside noise, regardless of what any other company's marketing material tells you. In this specific vehicle, a constrained layer damper application is going to be doing more than most other vehicles, frankly, because of the lack of sound treatment in this vehicle from the factory. And we do have a lot of resonance in the rear parcel shelf area from the engine being so close. In most vehicles, including this one still, sound absorbers are actually going to be pulling most of the weight. Utilizing our ResoNix Fiber Mat and ResoNix Guardian, we're gonna be able to absorb noise that's entering in through the areas we apply them, such as the doors, rear C-pillars, or wheel liners. As sound energy passes through our sound absorber, the acoustic impedance as well as the deformation of the fibers and pores results in a conversion of energy. Sound energy will be converted into mechanical and thermal energy, therefore reducing the amount of noise that makes it through to the other side. The sound absorbers are going to be especially beneficial in the wheel liners, where they'll be absorbing any tire noise before it enters the cabin. They're also going to be very beneficial in the rear parcel shelf area, where they're going to be absorbing any wheel noise further from the rear as well as exhaust drone. Most of what we're going to be using in these locations is our ResoNix fiber mat. Very simple product that is highly effective at sound absorption as well as decoupling and even thermal insulation. A fibrous material that comes in a sheet, very easy to install, simple as peeling and sticking. But for the doors, we have another product that we're going to be using as well, ResoNix Guardian. This is a composite product of hydrophobic melamine foam as well as mass-loaded vinyl. This is going to be used inside of the door cavity and help absorb and block noise that is trying to enter the door before it even makes it to the door panel where we'll be installing ResoNix fiber mat. So not only do we plan on giving you a full run through on the entire installation, but we're also going to be doing extensive testing to show you before and after results on this vehicle. For starters, we're going to be doing plenty of frequency response measurements before and after. We're going to be selecting predetermined areas of road that we're going to be traveling on at specific speeds and specific gears to show you before and after frequency response. A frequency response is similar to, think of a SPL meter where someone has just a meter and it shows you a number of how loud it is. But an SPL meter isn't showing you the whole story. Think of an SPL meter as a one-dimensional view of sound. A frequency response is a two-dimensional view of sound. It gives you amplitude over a wide range of frequencies. So we can see what amplitude it is at what frequencies. So we can see what frequencies are reduced where, instead of just seeing what the peak frequency was reduced by. Not only are we going to be doing that, but we're also going to be doing recordings in these same areas before and after. So like I said, if a sound meter is one-dimensional, frequency response is two-dimensional, think of our own hearing as three-dimensional. Frequency response measurements aren't going to be able to discern everything. So including these recordings with a professional mic setup is going to be very valuable. You're going to be able to actually hear the before and after of our installation. So we plan on testing a few different things. First, idling and revving, pretty straightforward, cold starts, stuff like that to show you the before and after sound on just exhaust noise and startup noise. We're also going to be testing on a little stretch of road up here that has a pretty large gravel patch just to show you what it sounds like, hitting rocks off of the wheel liners. We're also going to be doing various residential or main areas of the local town, doing 30 miles an hour through town on specific patches of road. And then finally, we're also going to be doing the local parkway, the Palisades Parkway to be specific. This is a very notoriously loud road. It's made out of concrete, it's very rough. This is gonna be a perfect example of before and after. So I'm really excited to see this. So why are we doing all of this testing and recording? Pretty straightforward. I would like to have a data-backed comparison that helps you decide what the actual end result is, instead of just me being that guy on YouTube that tells you, yeah, our product did this, buy now. Frankly, any of these guys you see using just a simple SPL meter or just doing an install and telling you how great it was, it doesn't really do anything for me. I would rather just show you. So, speaking of showing you, let's get into the installation.